Let's hit the high road. Let's hit the high road. It's the first touch, strong connection. It lays deep in your soul. Feel the kindness strongly coming, 'cause you can achieve your goal.
Hi, it's Nancy Yeareld, and welcome to Nancy's Psychic View on the high road to humanity. And all the way, you guys, from South Africa, from Johannesburg, it's Dale Rich is visiting us today. And welcome to the high road, Dale.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm really great to be on your show. I've been looking so forward to it. I'm humbled, and thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're
Thank
so knowledgeable. I'm really glad you're here. You guys, we're going to be talking about the Mandalas today. And it's the power of sacred art and color. And I'm really into the energy and color. And Dale is an empath. She's a spiritual teacher. She's a healer. She's been doing this work for 32 years, you guys. And she's been watching my show for a while, and we've become friends. And so I really wanted her to come on. It's been a challenge. We've had to work with the time issues in South Africa and then here in Arizona, but we've worked it out. And I'm just so glad you're here. So thanks for joining me, Dale. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, listen,
Thank
before we get into it, I want to talk really quickly. I saw it come across my phone a few minutes ago that they're going to extend this period of time, Israel and Hamas, 2 more days to let more hostages be released. But which I think is a good thing. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's wonderful that they're finally starting to release hostages on both ends of the spectrum. The Palestinians as well as the Israelis are releasing hostages, because I didn't realize the Israelis had held Palestinian hostages in their prisons. So it's an exchange. But I do want to bring up, and I try not to make this lengthy, but Elon Musk, this is the headline: Musk, Israel has no choice but to end Hamas terror. I'd like to help. Elon Musk voiced support Monday, that's today, for Israel, saying one challenge was ultimately stopping the propaganda that is convincing people to engage in, murder. After hearing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying Hamas must be destroyed in a live online chat, Musk said, "There's no choice." Musk added, "I'd like to help as well." Now, check this out. The tech entrepreneur Elon Musk lent support Monday to Israel's campaign against Hamas, saying one change was stopping the propaganda. But the owner of the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, Musk was on an unusual visit to Israel during a 4-day pause. So when they paused, Musk flew over to Israel. This is really crazy. And he held a live online discussion with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And hearing Netanyahu's describe the destruction of Hamas, which Israel has set as a war goal, as necessity for the prospective peace with the Palestinians, Musk sounded his general agreement for such objectives during an X Spaces discussion. Anyway, I just think it's really interesting. I think it's good that Elon went over there. What do you think, Dale?
I think so, Nancy. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Well, I'm just really excited Dale's here. Let me give you a little more information about her. Oh, and let me just say, I hope everybody had a good holiday. If you're in the United States and you do celebrate Thanksgiving, of course, you didn't have Thanksgiving, Dale, but I'll tell you what, I ate my share of pumpkin pie for you. And
Good.
I hope everybody had a really good holiday. And today is Cyber Monday. Do you have Cyber Monday in South Africa?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, Cyber Monday, Dale, is when we all get our gifts a little cheaper online. But Dale is the eldest of 3. She's from a very religious home. She had wonderful parents, and she has 2 children and a grandson. She is a neuromuscular integration practitioner, easy for me to say, official structural alignment, along with therapeutic and sports massage. She does Reiki, she does healing, she does regression. You guys, she has a wonderful background. She teaches yoga, quantum magnetic Renaissance testing. It detects weak magnetic frequencies and energy in various body systems. This is really interesting stuff. And besides her healing work and power mandala workshop, she runs inner child workshops as well, which we all know we need that. And as well as sacred African trance dance workshops. I'm just so excited you're here, Dale. You've got quite the background. Tell us your story. How did you get into this stuff? How did you even start?
It was a slow process, Nancy. I had back problems from when I was a young girl in my teens. I woke up one morning and I couldn't move. Went to the hospital, took medication, and then I was okay. Then I got married early, and from doing certain things, housework, ironing, sweeping, doing whatever, it aggravated my spine and I had a lot of problems. So I started off by going for x-rays and things. And I was on a lot of medication for a long time. And eventually I said, that's enough and no more. Then I had to find other alternative routes to get help. And eventually I came across, after being a few people, I came across a reflexologist. And that's where it started.
Okay.
He did reflexology on me, and that helped me amazingly. So I said, well, if this has helped me, I want to do this. If I can help one person, I've done something good.
Wow.
And then on the reflexology course, I met a girl, Anne, from New Zealand, and she told me about it's called rolfing in America. We're not allowed to use that word here.
It's called what?
Rolfing, Rolfing.
Okay. Why aren't you allowed to use that?
Because there's no group here. There's
Ah.
a handful of us have been trained. So we call ourselves neuromuscular integration practitioner. It's
Okay, yes. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And she told me about that course. I thought, wow, this sounds amazing for me. And that's been my very favorite thing. I love working with people's bodies. I just get absorbed in what I'm doing, and time just like flies past so quickly. I've got to keep watching the clock. Because
so what are you doing? Are you
people's body shift?
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Changing the patterns, holding patterns in the body, the muscular patterns, which it's a lot of connective tissue issues. It's different to a normal massage. Normal massage, you move the muscles that are in spasm.
Okay.
But with this treatment, you're working on the connective tissues, and there's layers of that, the fascia in the body. Okay. And that's important to shift that because a lot of pain sits there. Okay. And realignment, there's specific, how can I say, specific sessions, work on specific parts of the body. Okay. And one has to stick to those specific sessions in those orders, otherwise it doesn't work.
So depending upon the person's condition, you start with one and then you work through the layers. Is that what you're doing?
I work through all layers on the whole body, but like the first session will work with the chest and the arms. Okay. So you're opening up the chest and the lungs, and the second session is feet and legs. Okay. And then the third session, and so you go on, it's a specific way of working for everybody. Everybody gets the same work, but not everybody saw in the same place. And you could have 15 people with a back problem, and it's coming from a different area, and it's, you know, impacts the body differently, and it's from a different place. It might be from the hip, it might be from the back, it might be higher up, lower down, it might be from the buttocks, it could be from the front of the body. So it's an exploration session.
I see. Now I need to ask, so are you releasing old patterns and blockages? Is that what you're releasing? Is it
old holding patterns in the body?
So it's the energy. You're releasing that pent up energy that's stuck.
That's stuck in the physical body. Yeah. Oh
my God. Now, can you do this on?
I love it.
I bet. Oh my gosh. Can you do it online, or do you have to be with the person?
Physically with a person.
You're going to have to fly and come and straighten me out.
Yeah.
Well, this is really interesting because I do believe, and it kind of goes along with the inner child work that, you know, you've done too, because what this does is people get this negative energy stuck in there, and it's really, is it in our energy fields? Is that what it is?
As well, yes.
Okay, so it's everywhere.
Emotions,
Okay.
thoughts, emotions. It could be also physical. If somebody's had a car accident
Right.
and their body's thrown out of alignment. If your one foot is out, let's say your feet is supposed to be straight. If the one foot's like that, it throws the opposite hip, throws the other shoulder, it throws the neck. So one foot throws the whole body alignment out.
Okay. Now, is this
constantly fighting gravity? So we need to be balanced within gravity.
okay? Well, what can we do? Okay, now I don't know if there's practitioners here, but what can we do to kind of help ourselves? I always tell people, balance your energy fields, but I've been having some back issues. I think my mattress needs flipped. I don't know. But I mean, what can we do with the mandala? Because talk about that. Yeah, what can that do? I want to see.
Oh, the mandalas are fantastic.
And how did you get into this? And how do we, I'm really interested in the whole history of it.
One thing, the reflexology led to the neuromuscular work, that led to NLP, it led to something else and something else. And you meet somebody on a workshop or something comes into my space. And that's how it went. It's just, I didn't go looking for it.
Right. It was sent to you.
It was one of those things on the journey,
Yeah.
A little pathway off on this side and then another pathway off on that side.
Yeah.
That's how it came to me. And then I thought, well, I love color. I've always been a very colorful person in the way I dress and the way I like color, it really attracts me. So this for me was great. And then I did the Aurosoma course, and there's different meanings for each color has a different meaning.
Can you share some of that with us?
Yes.
Do you have a mandala that you can show us and kind of give us an idea?
Yes, should I show you? I'll show you the first one. Should I just share my screen?
Yeah, hold on. Let me give you, I want to see this stuff. This is cool.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. You should be able to share now. You guys, this is interesting. I don't know anything about this, but I do believe in healing with color, and I always have.
Okay.
Look how good she is, you guys.
I'm trying to open it. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Had it open earlier.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Wait, it's taking a while. There we go.
Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, it's pretty.
Wait a minute. I need to just. There we go. That's better.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Dale.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You can see the pattern you start with is the one on the left. The one on the right is the one you end with. So depending what you work on depends what colors you're going to choose. And let's say there's 10 of you in a class doing this. All the end result will be different for each one. Now, this is actually, I use as my symbol for my business, Rich in Health. And you can see it's balanced, the whole body's balanced. I used it for balancing energy centers in the body, starting with red and working out. So red is the core, it's the center, and then gradually working out with the other colors, getting lighter. So yeah, that's the one.
That is cool. So how do I use this to help myself?
Okay. Well, they found in many places. Sorry, my slides are.
Oh, no, you're good. Take your time.
Okay. They found in different areas of life, in biology and science. They found in crystals that form ice and rocks. Our Earth is in the solar system, which is the Milky Way galaxy as well. That's all mandalas. And then, of course, you get like spider webs and fruit, snowflakes and a bird's nest, etc. And then it's also found in religion, stained glass windows.
Right.
It goes back very far. And then the medicine wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And sand mandala. The Tibetan monks use the sand mandala. I'd like to show you a slide of that.
Okay.
Absolutely beautiful. There we go.
Oh, wow.
That's with little particles of sand. And you can imagine with that intricate work, how long it takes them to do that. And what they do is they put an intention into it before they start, like we would when I do my workshops.
Like a healing, like if they wanted to heal somebody, or if they wanted to bring about prosperity or
healing for the planet. And then they do chanting in deep tones.
Okay.
And what's amazing for me is that once they've completed it, they sweep it into a jar, into an empty jar, and then they throw it into flowing water. So it becomes a blessing for the earth and people. And it also symbolizes the cycle of life and impermanence.
So is this like a is this like a ritual, or like a, I don't know, not really a ritual, well, but I mean, is it like a, do they do this often? Is this something they do, if somebody's in need, or when do they put together a mandala like this? That's about
no, they don't do it all the time. It's just done occasionally.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think they trained to do it. Not everybody can do it because they've got a tiny little like pipe thing where the sand goes in, and you can see all the different colors. I mean, it's very fun. So a lot of practice goes into doing this, like anything.
Right.
It takes practice.
Right.
Yeah. But I think it's fascinating to
see. It is
this.
fascinating. I wonder how they decide what they're going to draw.
I think there's so many different patterns, Nancy. I'll show you later on.
Okay.
A few of what I've done.
Okay.
But maybe I should tell you what the workshop will do for you, or what mandalas do.
Okay.
There's a couple of things they do. They empower us to face life's challenges.
Okay.
Ourselves, because often we go to somebody, like somebody would come to you for a reading, they'd come to me for a treatment. But it's also good if people start empowering themselves. And this is an easy way of self-empowerment, where people can feel like they're taking charge of their life. It relaxes and calms and centers you. And it reveals something requiring healing. It also clears blockages on all levels, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Now, if there's nothing to clear, let's say a person's worked on themselves a lot, you don't want to particularly do it for something specific, it can assist to focus or still a busy mind. People these days, I can even speak for myself, on the go so much.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah.
Bushy tail.
Yeah, no, that would help. And now I'm curious. Now, how do let's say I want a mandala. Do I make one? Do I purchase one? How do I
purchase one? You can go, most bookstores have got mandala coloring in books, or you could go online and print one off.
The coloring books. I think I have one. Have one. And so you just color whatever feels intuitively right. And then what?
Well, you work with an issue. And I teach that on the workshop. So because if we haven't got unity within, there's either a disease or illness or negative thoughts or feelings.
Right.
And that breaks down the energy in the body. So what one would do is focus on the mandala and start coloring in. Think of an issue that you want healing with.
Okay.
And you start working on that, and then gradually using the colors. Now, the colors also have different meanings.
Okay, tell us.
I give a chart. Let me see.
I'm so happy you came today. This is really interesting stuff.
Oh, can I just tell you quickly before we go to the chart?
Yeah.
How important color is.
Okay.
Most people don't realize how important color is.
Okay.
Now you can see on this slide, everything's gray.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gray day with gray trees, and the pavement is gray. The road is gray, tarred, and there's probably a gray wall, and the people are very drably dressed. Imagine living in a world where it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's not very exciting, eh?
No.
And now we get to that.
Oh, wow.
That's color.
Yeah. Wow. It's a big difference.
I like to show people the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that they understand how important color is.
Yeah.
So it's not just the matter of coloring in, there's an importance in it. And it also refers to the body, and I'll show you now. So when you work with mandalas, you're coloring, you're writing, you're going within, you're choosing a different pattern. So the pattern is also important because we don't always choose the same patterns. So let me show you the next slide. There we go.
Oh, wow.
It's not very clear there, but you can see the top starts with the throat, which is blue. I don't know if you know which colors relate to different parts of the body, Nancy.
Yeah, blue is for your throat and green is for
Throat.
your heart. Yes, I do know all. I do
Yes.
know that.
So this is how it is. So throat would be issues of, and shoulders also is carrying heavy burdens. Throat is self-expression or lack of trust, lack of nurturing. And heart is grief. You know, if we've got to have a lot of grief, or we've lost somebody, lack of love. I'm talking about issues, you know, there's positive things as well.
Right.
And I always say we need to marry our head with our heart, because we've got our thoughts and we've got our feelings. So our thoughts and our feelings marry themselves and come through the throat when we express. So that's quite important. And
It
then
really
of course,
is. Yeah, I'm looking at this, the fear center, you know,
yeah,
giving
the
our
yellow.
power to another person, relationships. That one really hit me because that happened to me personally. And I think it happens to a lot of people. And it's right
Yes.
there. And you have to get past it. And lack of trust in the throat center, you know, lack of trusting people. I can see that. There's a lot of things in here: self-judgment, self-criticism. I mean, a lot of us have this: anger at others, anger at self. Oh my God.
Yes.
Jealousy, resentment. So when you do the mandala, does it kind of soften some of these? Like betrayal is down there. Does it soften the energy, or what happens, you think?
Yes, it does. And what it does is it helps you to face that issue, because sometimes we become too busy. We make ourselves busy so we don't have to address things, or we don't know how to address it, or we don't want to speak to somebody about it. Some people find it very threatening to go and speak to somebody and pour their heart and soul out. Right. Some people can, others can't. So especially for those who can't, this is ideal.
It is.
Because they can just work on it themselves.
I love this. I'm so excited.
Yes.
This is awesome.
And then of course,
can I just ask, how long have you been helping people with the mandala, Dale? How long have you been?
Since I went to
30 some years?
No, 20. No. Hang on, mind you. Yeah, one forgets. I went to Hong Kong in 2002. So that's already 21 years. And I was doing it
really is. Now I'm gonna ask you that question if you don't mind. And I know we got to go on to another slide, but I'm just curious if you'll tell the audience, you did go and help. What did you do when you went to help in Hong Kong?
Oh yes, that was marvelous. There's a lesson in this I'd like to share. Okay. There's two things here. One is to never give up on a dream. When I was a young child, we stay in Johannesburg, so we know we're near the coast. So to go down to the sea was like a treat for us once a year or every second year.
Right.
And we go to the beach, and Dad would always say, where else would you like to go? And I would always say the docks, which is a strange thing for a young child or even a teenage girl. Every year, every time it would be the same answer. I'd walk along the docks and look at all the ships, but I particularly wanted to see the ships that had Chinese writing and those sailors with the slanted eyes, because I felt that I wanted to go to that country where that ship and those people came from.
Oh, wow.
I had this longing inside of me, and I'd stand there looking, and Dad would say, come on. And I never wanted to go. I wanted to just stand there a bit longer, you know. and just imagine it. So I did this for years. And then, of course, I got married and had children and forgot about it. And then I started doing the color therapy, the mandalas, and I was doing the body alignment, which is the body work I explained to you, on a lady called Anne. And her husband and her 3 children left for, well, her husband left for Hong Kong and got transferred, and her and the 3 kids followed. And then after about 3 months, she said, you've got to come to Hong Kong. I've met a lovely lady here. I've told her about your mandala workshops. So I said, yes, sure, because I wanted to take my mandalas somewhere overseas. I didn't know where, besides here. And I grabbed the offer, and it was about 4 months later, I was there. And that was at the height of the SARS virus. We know all about these
Oh my
things.
gosh, yes, the SARS virus, yes.
And they said to me, you don't have to come. We understand if you want to cancel. The airlines even said you can cancel. And I meditated on it, and I got a picture of a calm, still pond. And I said, no, I've got my answer, I'm coming. And I refused to put anything over my mouth. You know what those things are called? I'd better not say it in case it triggers something.
Yes.
Over the nose and mouth. I refused.
God bless. Did you really? Because you knew better. You knew better.
And I'd be on the trains, and everybody around me was covered, and I was the only one wasn't. You know, there's no fear there. When you don't fear something and you pray about it, you know you're protected and safe.
Wow.
So I was introduced to this lovely lady, Ruby, and I started working there as well and doing work for her. And then I also ran private workshop for Anne and her friends, and also for the school children, because they were out of school at that time.
How wonderful, Dale.
It was very special. So the message here is, when you have a dream, even as a child, to go to the East, this only happened late in life. Yeah. It can still happen. Yeah. Never give up on your dream.
Never give up on your dreams.
And the other thing is, you know, it's not in our timing sometimes. It's divine timing. And then, the other thing is, I felt like I was home when I was there, and I met so many beautiful people. And if I hadn't have taken that opportunity there and then, Anne's husband got transferred to Australia. I was home about 2 months, and he got transferred, and they left. If I didn't, I'm getting goose flesh right now as I speak.
Oh my gosh. If
I didn't go then, that
would have never
opportunity
gone.
from her wouldn't have come up again. Look, it may have come somewhere else, I don't know. Yeah. But there we go. So we need to take these opportunities when they come in our path and grab them and take them, because sometimes we don't get a second chance. What do you think, Nancy?
No, I am with you. I'm getting ready to go speak in LA, and I'm going to talk about angels, and I'm a little nervous to get up and talk about angels and all this stuff, but I'm going to do it because I've always wanted to speak, and I've always wanted to be an angel. So here we are.
Oh, fabulous. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, that's all I wanted to do was be an angel. Isn't that funny? Yes. And now here I am teaching angel communication. So that's you're exactly
so
right.
That's special. So we both got our dreams.
Yes, I agree with you. Now, tell us what this is.
I'm sorry, I pushed it by mistake. So
well, nothing's by mistake now, Dale. So what is this?
Okay, this is one of my mandalas that I did.
Okay.
Sure. No, it should have been.
Oh, you want to show us a different one first?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Eyes.
Oh.
I was having problems with my eyes. So I thought, okay, let me do a mandala on that. So I started working on it. And you can see you normally start in the center and gradually work out. Okay. And I was working, and I got the blue, the red, the yellow. And then it came to me. I have an issue with what I'm seeing with a family member. And there I put the dark spots. And then I realized I need to do another mandala on that specifically, because this was for my eyes. So I carried on looking through for my eyes.
Hold on, I didn't understand exactly, and I want to make sure the audience understands. So you started to do the brown, and you realized it was a female imbalance?
A male.
A male imbalance. Okay, with the brown.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
You can
Okay.
see that that doesn't fit with the rest of the
Right, it
color.
doesn't.
It's a dark, it's a negative energy.
Okay, I gotcha. I
And
gotcha.
by going within and being quiet, and we contain a lot of these things inside of us, issues that happen with dirt and people, until we heal them. I've
Mhm.
healed that thing long, long ago. But at that time, there was this issue. I didn't like what I was seeing and hearing and what was going on, because it
Okay.
did impact on me.
Okay.
But I changed how I felt about the scenario. It's never about the other person. It's always, how can I deal with this so that I feel differently? So when I completed this, I did one on this person, family member. Here we go. And you can see that had a lot of darkness in the center compared to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked through that.
Interesting. Looks like they were a dark energy, and you just had to look at them from a different viewpoint so that you could
Yes.
get rid of that
And,
energy, huh?
yes. And not judge, release judging, and also not absorbing that negative energy to me. And not how can I say, not resenting the person.
Right.
So I had to release my resentment.
You had to change how you looked at it. You had to change
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah.
They can continue to be who they are, how they
Exactly.
are, but you don't have to look at them the same way, is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Okay.
And by doing this, helped me to do that.
Wow.
Then I have the next one.
Did you feel the release when this happened?
Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I actually was able, from absolutely, it's a horrible word to use, hate the person, to go to unconditional love. And when you feel unconditional love for a person that has done injustice towards you or not been nice, it's so rewarding, because that unconditional love is far greater than you can feel for somebody who it's easy to love.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you like the person for what they do. It means you just love the person unconditionally.
Right.
And you take your power back.
That's huge. That's huge, Dale.
Yeah.
Now this is interesting.
This is working on my self-worth and family.
Okay.
Because there were two black sheep in our family. One was my brother. He was totally off on the wrong tangent. And I was more a spiritual person than a strict religious person.
Right.
And I would be judged by everybody. So I decided to release that judgment and shine the light within me and become the star.
Oh.
And then instead of the person's, you see all those little things in the star points?
Yes.
I decided to move them out into the blue. Blue is for peace, like the sky. Like the sky with no clouds. It's a peaceful sky. So I put them and surrounded them in peace and blue.
Okay.
But they're still in my life, because the whole thing is circled on the outside with unconditional love and divine love. It's the purple and the pink.
I know you were going to tell us, and I don't want to skip around too much because I don't want to mess up your presentation here, but you were going to talk about the meaning of all the colors. Now, is it the same as like the chakras, the blue for the throat? Is that what you were going to teach us? Or go ahead and you want to give the audience a quick overview, or what do you think? Like, how would I know? Like, well, I guess I would know the brown would be a masculine, right? When I was doing my mandala, I guess my question is, does that make sense?
I give a chart actually to the people. I give them notes so that they can refer to the notes. Look, I've chosen the meanings of these colors according to the Aurasoma colors, because I tuned in, and that lady who started the Aurasoma, she was blind.
Okay, and it's called Aura
Aurasoma. It's
Soma.
colored.
Aura Soma. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
writing this down. Okay.
And the meanings of those colors, her interpretation of it resonated with me. Other people may have a slightly different meaning on some of the colors, not on all of them.
Okay.
So it's based on that.
I think it's interesting. So she felt the energy of the colors.
Yes.
Okay.
Her father was a naturopath, and he used to make herbal remedies.
Okay.
And one night she was called to go down as an older person. She did have her sight previously as a young person, but then she lost her sight.
Okay.
But she was called to go down to the workshop where everything was. And she started mixing colors and smells because she could get the smell of like lavender or sage or whatever it was. So she used plants and herbs and other things. Crystal energy as well, like amethyst would be purple.
Right.
Rose quartz would be pink.
Right.
So those energies, I don't know how she got that in there. I don't know that part of it. But she made up 2 or 3 bottles. And in the morning, her sister and her dad came down and said, wow, these are beautiful. What is this? And she made a few, and she used to go to the market on a Saturday morning and take these bottles, and people would be drawn to certain colors. And then she started finding out what their issues were. And according to those issues, she went according to the colored bottles. Now the in Aurasoma, one can do a reading, because I do that as well. I don't do a lot of that, but you choose 4 bottles. So your first bottle would be your power bottle, your power traits that you come into life with. Okay. You've got certain qualities. Your second bottle is your challenges and issues. What's happening now? Why I'm upset? Why this family member that's upset me, I'm going through this issue. Yeah. The third one is here and now in the positive, what's happening. And the fourth bottle is in the positive, what you're working towards. But because of the present negative issue, one needs to deal with that in order to get to the other steps. Right. And it worked very well, and it just resonated with me. So I used her interpretation of the colors. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yes. Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so now what, Dale? So I've got a few more I can show you. Okay. Then people could see. We can just go through them very quickly. You don't have to do them too in depth. This one helps relate to the next slide. I was walking my little dog Candy, my little angel, and the pavement was a bit uneven because I'd taken a different route, and I was walking and I stepped off, and instead of the pavement being like this everywhere, this was like suddenly like that, and I went over on my ankle. Oh no. I tore the muscles and ligaments. Okay. And I was strapped up. It was very painful. Oh. And I wasn't grounded. I was having fear of the future. And we'll see now why on the next slide, my fear of moving forward in the future. But I must just sidetrack on this one. I don't know if you've ever noticed people with dogs and cats, with animals, they take on our negative energy for us. They try and take it away or heal it for us. Okay. She hurt her foot, and shortly afterwards, and I've got a picture of myself with this bandage on my foot, this moon boot, and she also has one on her foot on the same side. That's crazy. Yeah, because they try to heal us. Well, I do believe, I will say, yes, I agree with that. I believe that my cat knows if I'm upset. And of course, she'll come and sit with me and comfort me. Or they know. And I believe the animals are here to help us emotionally. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a great story. So did this help you heal the ligaments when you were putting that together? It did, yes. It did, okay. Okay, broken relationship. Oh my gosh, look at this. What came up when I did that, was relationship. I was in a relationship at that time, which I thought was good. It was good in some ways, but hectic in other ways. And, you know, it's should I, shouldn't I? And I had to walk away from this. And there I had to do this on the relationship, the broken relationship. So that is why I injured myself, because of this. That's why it was important to show this, so that people can see, oh, this what can happen to me if I don't heal something. Often we don't want to listen. We get the signs, and we blindly carry on. I have in the past.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, I have a question. So the brown shows that it's a male, but then the white, I feel, shows like release.
Okay, you start in the center.
Yes.
And then I worked out, and those black ones are the issues.
Okay, yeah.
Now, for every black one, and I worked through different issues, you know, in that whole section. Okay. But for every black one behind that, as I worked out, there was 2 white ones. I felt that I had to leave those white to counteract the one black one. It's just how I interpreted it and how I did it. Now, if you look at the whole circle, and then you look outside the circle on all 4 corners, you'll see there's a light brown. For me, that's soil. Oh. And those little things are seeds that I've planted on each side of the flower that blooms. Yes. Seeds that are planted for a new relationship to flower.
And did it?
Much later. Yes. Okay. I've got one on that. I've got something on that.
I love it. So let me just ask you a question. Yeah. So, and I actually, now that we're talking about this is so crazy. You're going to laugh. I have a coloring book on this, and I bought the coloring book. Oh God, I'm going to give myself away now on my show, but I bought it years ago. I bought it when I turned 40. I got a tattoo, and I bought the mandala book because it had the Celtic knots in it. And I wanted to take it to the guy, and that was a whole thing. But anyway, I have a mandala book, and I just think it's really interesting. But I just bought it because I like the designs. Now I can use it to to change things. Well, I just think it's really cool because, and let me just ask you, so did you have to finish the whole thing before you looked at it and realized what it? There you are.
Oh, gosh.
We lost you there for a minute, but you came back.
Yeah. Oh, where have you gone?
Oh, it's okay. You know what? Well, it's because I think you're so far away and you never know. You said you're having a heat wave in South Africa. Is that right?
And we're having to show you as well.
Okay, let's see them. Let's see. Now, do I need to reshare, or do you think we're good? We're probably good.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Oh, let me just go down. I'll just skip some others that we did.
Okay.
I did one on grief, and this is during, you know, the lockdown time.
Oh, well, yeah. And, let's talk about that because before the show, you were telling me.
Yes.
Yes, you were telling me about, I think, is it your daughter or your daughter-in-law?
Yes. Oh, my daughter. You mentioned something on your, on what you posted, your news.
Yes, I was doing news with Nancy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said there's a new 10-minute healing session available for people who've lost their smell and taste.
Yes.
Due to this heading that we see. Yeah.
To the COVID. Yes. To the COVID. A lot of people lost their, that was a surprising bit of news. And that's why I put it out there, because I myself had lost taste for a while, but it came back. But I know people who've never recovered from it. And then you were telling me, tell the audience.
I will. Nancy, my daughter was involved in a horrible hijacking 8.5 years ago, and she was badly damaged. That's why she left to go to live in Australia. When she was hijacked, she got out where they were trying to help somebody, her and her friend, and they were hijacked. And the guy hit her on her left ear, and she went down and hit her into the street, and she hurt the back of her head, and she's got nerves that are severed. So she's deaf in her left ear, and the nerves are severed, and she can't smell or taste, besides other injuries. And that's 8 years ago. So it's horrible to lose 2.5 senses, you know. And when you came on and said there's this new something that they've brought about that can heal, well, probably heal. We can't say it's definitely because it's new. The issue of smell and taste. And I mean, I think it's wonderful that it came from you all the way from USA to South Africa to me, so that it can get to my daughter in Australia.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn around. I think that's
Did you
wonderful.
tell her? Did you tell her about it?
I haven't spoken to her because she was away the weekend. I did write a message. I will be speaking to her on Wednesday.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you can also Google.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. But you can, I think it's cool that this is helping somebody across the world. It really makes me feel good that the information is getting out there to people. And I think it's great because I think it is healing, and it has proven that it works. And I think this will help her.
Yes.
I really do.
Oh, thank you.
I honestly do. I feel good about this. But this
I do as well.
Yeah. So during the COVID, this is what you colored.
Yes, this was represented the cells of the body.
Okay.
For people with COVID. And then I did another one. There we go. More life and energy and vibe. These are healthy cells. This is what we want. So
there you go.
Very different.
There you go. Very good.
And then that one is spreading love across the planet.
Very nice.
Also, the colors don't come across so nicely. They're very vibrant when you actually see them, but they don't sort of come across very well when one takes a picture. But that's just spreading love, divine love, unconditional love to the planet at that time. And then this one I did for relationship, not at that time, before.
Wow.
And that was a soulmate that I attracted, which was, we were together with long distance for 3 years, but then it couldn't work. He wasn't quite ready. So, but he was a soulmate, because right from the very second I met him, I knew, and he knew, and it was unexpected. Nobody arranged the meeting. It was random. And this is how, when you meet your soulmate, because I also done soulmate workshops, this is how, when we meet a soulmate, it just happens. And you absolutely know. You don't have to try and push it and grab it and bring this relationship towards you. You've got to put it out. But sometimes people put too much energy on looking too hard. So I experienced that, which was very special. And then on my last one, I did for my Turkey holiday. And that we went on in July. It was a family holiday, a dream. I had it for 10 years. And as my little grandson would say, Gran, your dream came true. Your dream came true. Was to be in Turkey with the whole family. It was so special. I can't tell you how special it was. And hot air ballooning over Cappadocia.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
this is like our Thanksgiving. It's very similar.
Yeah. It's very special.
I love it. That's awesome.
The most magical thing I experienced in my life was that hot air balloon. Sorry, my hair's coming down.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. So had you not, so you got to go up in the hot air balloon.
Very special, the whole family. And my son said, Mom, it was far more exciting than I ever thought it would be, even the way you described it. You said it was far better. There's no words for it.
I love it. Yeah, it's we have the hot air balloon fiesta in Albuquerque, and I've done it, and it's wonderful when you're up there because it's so quiet. What do you think?
Yes, it is.
When you're up in the air, it's so quiet. You can just, it's peaceful, isn't it?
Yes, very peaceful, very peaceful.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it was over the fairy chimneys, and that's what made it so special.
Oh,
the fairy chimneys, that was the most special thing.
Oh my God.
Pointed chimneys all over. Wow.
And this is in South Africa.
No, Turkey, Cappadocia.
In Turkey.
And you go at sunrise, so you've got the sun on the one side, and you know how blessed we were. We had the moon on the other side.
Okay.
We had the sun and the moon at sunrise. It was amazing. And all these, we're about 100 colored air balloons, hot air balloons in the sky at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
special.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dale, if people want to find you, how do they get in touch with you? I mean, because if they want to do a workshop with you, can they do it by Zoom, or do they have to be in South Africa, or is there somewhere here? Talk to us about your information.
I haven't actually, to be honest, Nancy, I haven't actually organized anything to do on Zoom.
Okay.
I probably would have to.
Right.
They could always contact me if they need questions via my email, which I think I've given to you.
Okay. And should I put your email in the notes?
Yes, it's daler@telcomsa.net.
Okay, yeah.
So they can email me if they want to know more or anything like that. And, I can work on planning something.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, it would be. It would be great.
I would take it. If you do it, I'll take it. I'll take your class.
Okay, that's great.
Well, I think it's great. Well, because you have motivated us to get out there and to get the mandala and to color, because color and I find just the act of coloring is so calming to the body, to the soul. It really is. I think that's why adult coloring books have become so popular today, because I think that people just it's a relaxing thing to do. But with the color and the mandala having meaning, I mean, what a magnificent way to heal yourself.
And when you write down as you're doing it, with the writing, it's more powerful, because it's, when you write something and do something, it's more powerful than just speaking. So I find that's important. And the thing is, one can sit on a weekend, on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and the whole family can sit around the table and do one. It's something you can do together.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Which I think is lovely. How often do people do something different together?
Well, and that's what we need to do more of. We need to bring community together and bring people together. Well, Dale, I'm thrilled that you came on today. Is there anything that you want to leave us with? What do you want to tell us before we get out of here?
I don't know if there's time for a short butterfly meditation.
Oh, let's do it. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. Because I've written up a lot of different meditations for different things.
Okay,
it's a very short one, and it relates to the color and things.
Okay.
So
I'm in.
Visualization is extremely important for creating and manifesting.
Yes.
And I do this on all my workshops, Nancy.
Okay.
I've been doing it since I was a little child. I visualize very easily, but some people find it challenging and they need to practice it. So now today, I'd like us to get a feeling of butterfly wings in this meditation. So if you can just close your eyes gently. It's easier to do this with the eyes closed.
Okay.
And now focus your attention to the place on your back where you would imagine having butterfly wings. You can move your shoulders a little bit and get a feeling of butterfly wings. And just imagine feeling what the size of your wings are like. Are they small wings, medium ones, or they very large wings? Just get a feel for the size of the wings. And then get a feel for how easily they move. Do they feel loose or tight? Are they jammed somewhere? Do you perhaps they need to be eased up gently for easier movement? Or they need some really firm work to release them? Are they too eager to just flap and fly away at the first sign of something different, fearing the unknown? Or are they ready to rest a while and experience something new? Get a feel for what colors they are. Are they one color, or do they have many colors? Are they red with anger, or passion? Are they orange with bliss? Perhaps they're sunshine yellow filled with happiness, or maybe yellow with fear. Perhaps they're pink and filled with unconditional love. Maybe they're green, filled with harmony, or perhaps envy. Pale blue, peaceful wings are great, or maybe they're afraid of communicating. Or they dark blue and wise. Perhaps violet for inspiration and transmuting negativity. They could also be rainbow colored. Perhaps they feel black with anger and hidden desires, or just pure white.
Mhm.
No matter what color your wings are, we are all unique and beautiful butterflies. Breathe in peace and love into your heart center. Feel it warmly expand and fill your whole body. Draw it into every cell of your body. Breathe in love again into your heart center and feel it flow throughout your entire body. Just allow the feeling of unconditional love to flow for another few moments. And then gently open your eyes to the present moment on the next out breath that feels good.
I love it. I did it with my angel wings.
Oh, goody. That's also good.
I know. I was thinking I did. It was really good. Thank you. God bless. That was really cool. You made
It's a
my day
pleasure.
today, Dale.
Thank you. And
I
thank
think
you for asking me to come on your show.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
so
I think,
honored.
yes, everybody benefits so much. You're such a knowledgeable lady, and we're so blessed to have you here to help us.
Thank you,
And
Nancy.
yeah, thanks for helping. You really helped me, and I know you helped the audience. You guys, we got to get out of here for today. I want to mention that I'm going to be in Florida in March, you guys, the 16th and the 17th. I will be at the Life Conscious Expo. I will be talking about angels, and I'm going to be doing my own workshop in LA. You guys will come see me, I hope, in February. It'll be Saturday the 10th. I'll be at the Conscious Life Expo, and that'll be at LAX. And I'm going to do a 90-minute workshop, and I'm going to help everybody connect with their angels. So I'm really excited about that. And you guys check out my book. I just relaunched it. Wake Up. The Universe is Speaking to You. Dale.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks again. We're going to get out of here for today, but I hope everybody has a fabulous holiday and continue on this week. Bye, bye, bye. Okay. Bye, gifts for everybody. Bye. Take care and God bless.
Thanks, you too.
Hold your head high, the world is coming. Watch the colors lift your soul. Connect the dots and keep the motion. Can achieve your goal. Let's hit the